Welcome back to the New York Sports Exchange, episode number 124. And the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys are dead.
What a day for Giants fans.
Oh, what a day. I saw a tweet this morning and it said that, NFC East hate is, real hate. Your team could go 2-14, but the greatest days of your season are when the Eagles and the Cowboys get eliminated. And it's true. It's true.
Yeah,
And then
I don't blame you.
Someone responded with, "We're a family, the Menendez family, but still a family. We're still a family."
If only Buffalo could have lost, then my day would have been great. But I'll take Miami losing. I'll take it.
Yeah, they now have the longest playoff drought.
Playoff win drought?
Playoff win drought, yeah, but not playoff win drought. We'll recap wildcard games. We did not talk NHL last episode, so we will talk some hockey, NBA as well. Maybe dive into some college.
What is going on with the Los Angeles Lakers? That's what I want to talk about. They have 2 wins since December 10th. Same amount of wins that the Pistons have. Darvin Ham's got some things he's got to figure out, so we'll dive into that because there's a lot to talk about there.
Yeah. Then we're gonna talk about my punishment. That was That was rough. That was. I don't think I could feel my mouth. I don't think I could feel my mouth for 6 hours.
I tried the sauce. It was hot. I'll give it to you. He wasn't overreacting. It was hot.
No, it was very hot. All right, let's just dive right into it. First game. What was the first? Oh yeah, the Texans. Texans take down the Browns, 45-14, complete and utter domination from the Houston Texans and C.J. Stroud. All I got to say about this one, we called it.
We know ball. We know ball.
We called it. We know ball. Tim said that Flacco needed to limit turnovers. He didn't.
What happened? What happened? It's exactly what we said was going to happen. Exactly what we said what was going to happen happened. And to that guy on our TikTok comment session, we know ball, dude. Just listen to us. We know ball. I don't care how good this Cleveland Browns defense is. You got Flacco at quarterback who's not going to take care of the football, and C.J. Stroud has had a great year. So come on, give me a fucking break. All right, we know ball.
For those who don't know, some guy on TikTok, when we posted our predictions for all of the games, literally gave a Jane Schaefer paragraph on why people should be picking Cleveland. Did he not know that the Cleveland defense averaged gave up 29 points per game on the road? Did he not know that Myles Garrett was going up against an all-pro offensive lineman in Laramie Tunsil?
Just doesn't know ball. Dude just didn't know ball. He just doesn't know ball. That's all it is. You just don't know ball. That's all it is.
Yeah. It's just, we'll leave it at that. That guy does not know ball. What a game from C.J. Stroud. Holy
Unbelievable.
Shit.
Unbelievable. And you know what? I feel bad. I feel bad for Panthers fans because this is what you thought you were getting, and now you got to watch it happen after trading a pick. That's a tough watch.
And not having a first round pick
exactly.
This year as well.
Trading it away, then you got to watch this. It's tough.
They got to watch this. Ugh, so tough. I don't feel bad for them. Anyway, this is probably it for Joe Flacco, and I just like to thank Joe Flacco for his service to our country.
What an absolute performance! You know what? You just gave America some good football to watch to finish out the season, and no one, you know what? No one expected you to do anything. You had no weight on your shoulders, no expectations. This dude came off the couch, and he put up 14 in a playoff game. So come on, give him credit where credit's due. You put up 14 points.
I know.
He's 40 years old.
I know Ravens fans are thanking him up and down. That much I do know. Because if the Browns won that game and it was Flacco against the Ravens in the playoffs,
they wouldn't know what to root for.
Ravens fans would have been in hell. I mean, they love Lamar Jackson, but there's something about Flacco that they miss. I don't know what it is. There's something about Flacco. Something about Flacco. Next up on the Saturday slate of games, Chiefs take down the Dolphins 26-7. Was there any doubt?
No, and the weather was a huge factor for me. It's just you got a warm team coming up to a cold climate, a team that's used to this. Negative 30 wind chill is nuts, but they showed out and they played well. It could have been more if Travis Kelce had catching balls, but I get it. The wind was cold.
Yeah,
it is what it is. But that's a pretty clear win for them. I thought that was going to happen, and so did you. So
Yeah. Thoughts on Taylor Swift and the swag surfing?
What, with the jacket?
Yeah, no, when she was swag surfing and the
dude,
in the box.
I hate her, and the fact like my dad was saying this too, and my grandpa is like, "What happens if they play the Packers? Like, will there ever be any football on, or is it just gonna be Simone Biles and Taylor Swift?" And I got nothing against Simone Biles.
That's right.
I like Simone Biles a lot more. You know what? American hero. Put Simone Biles on the TV. I got no problem. I watched Simone Biles before. I watched her do some gymnastics. I've watched that. All right. I know what I was watching. I don't care if she's on the TV. But Taylor Swift, get her out of here. Gone. Eliminated.
Tim grew up with Al Trautwig calling Olympic gymnastics on NBC during the Olympics. That's the voice of his childhood.
Exactly.
Clearly. Chiefs then are taking on the Bills, but what was I just gonna say? Shit, I lost it, and now
Dolphins suck. And what's Tua's future?
Yeah,
is that something we got to be questioning now? Is that something we got to put in the air?
Or I feel like it's too early to tell. Not too early to tell, but I feel like it's too early to give him up. Maybe he's on like that last year of his contract, or is he on the last year of his contract? Has it been that long?
He was a year before Zach Wilson, wasn't he?
He was drafted with Herbert.
So that's a year before, isn't it?
Yeah, 2020. So yeah, I think he might be on the last year.
He's on the last deal. That's what I'm saying. Is it time? I mean, you got to look. Maybe look for another option. I don't know. Answers to come in the future.
People have been like suggesting on Twitter too how like we could see like a Goff Stafford situation with Tua.
I don't know about that.
Like maybe I don't know about that either, but we'll see about that. But it seems like the Dolphins can't catch a break, and now they have the longest win drought in postseason history. It's not good.
It's great for me. Frank the Tank's losing it, but it's great for me.
Frank may be losing it, but it's great for Tim. Next game, we go to the Sunday game. Actually, no, I'm gonna save these two. I'm gonna save one of these for last. We'll go to the Rams-Lions game. Lions take down the Rams 24-23. Matthew Stafford reunion in Detroit. Thoughts on the Detroit fans booing Stafford's children? Do you believe this accusation?
It doesn't seem far-fetched, but like I don't know. It seems kind of just like that's a little specific, but maybe. Who cares? They won. I mean, Dan came to the locker room saying, "We want you, Goff. We like you. We'll have you." I don't know. I'm big on this Lions team, and that was a great win. Got to give the Rams credit, dude. This is a good Rams, and this is not what we expected from them. But this is a good Rams football team. This is a good Rams team, and the Lions took care of business. And we're not used to seeing the Lions in the playoffs, dude. This is exciting. Like I'm excited to see what they're gonna do.
Rams got the cover though. I'm very happy about that, but I can't be. You can't leave that game and think Puka Nacua is not a top 10 wide receiver in football right now.
Yeah, no, and it's gonna be a problem for a while.
Set the single game NFL playoff record for most receiving yards by a rookie with 181 receiving yards. We all thought Cooper Kupp was gonna feast, but my God, Puka Nacua was on a different level. And it's not like people say like a lot of the time, like, oh, he's Stafford throwing to him, and you know, the PPR people, the fantasy people, are like always take a Rams guy because of Matt Stafford. But the plays that he's making, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And to think this guy was like a 4th round pick out of BYU, no one really thought much of him, and now then he just became this stud when Cooper Kupp was out for the for the first 4 games of the year because of that ankle injury, and now we're talking end of the year. We thought Puka Nacua was going to disappear when Kupp came back. Here we are on January 16th saying that Puka Nacua is a top 10 wide receiver in football.
Is he remind you of like a better Julian Edelman?
Ooh, that's a good comparison. That's a really good comparison.
Right? Wow. Like just a little bit better, maybe? I don't know. I mean, Julian Edelman, Super Bowl MVP, guy's an absolute gamer. But from what we've seen this rookie year, is it hard to... I don't know. We could be looking at a much better... Well, not much better, but a better Julian Edelman that they get in LA, and that could be a problem for a long time.
Yeah, but Lions won this game with their defense somehow. They were able to prevent them from scoring touchdowns in the red zone, and it was a very emotional game. I feel like there were a lot of emotions running high. Stafford coming back, the entire stadium is chanting Jared Goff's name, which I was shocked that they booed Matthew Stafford. I understand that. When he was there, they weren't winning, but he definitely. I don't know how to. Like, I can understand why they did, just because. Yeah, he was a good quarterback. He wasn't winning you football games when he had, Calvin Johnson and all that.
Yeah, but like, he built a foundation there, and I think it was more of just, this is a playoff game, and we know what LA did to our quarterback now, Jared Goff. They didn't want him. We wanted him. Kind of, you know what I mean? Like, we're just gonna up the stakes. We're rooting for Detroit here, and this is.
Plus, also too, it wasn't like
you can't hate Stafford. They can't hate Stafford, really.
They can't hate Matthew Stafford. We all saw like the Jersey ban and that shit. I'm like, who is ever gonna listen to that ever? Who's gonna listen to that? Trying to think of one more. I just the Stafford thing too. It wasn't like the coaching there was great. Like, Jim Caldwell was not a good coach. Same with Matt Patricia. He'll be brought up later because that's just awesome.
But you got to also think the team surrounding him wasn't great either. I know they had Calvin Johnson, but they weren't a powerhouse team. They was in a shitty defense, and yeah. But good, you know what? Good for the Lions. They get a win. They're moving on, and I'm excited to see what they can do.
They're getting another home playoff game on Saturday or Sunday. Next up, Steelers-Bills. Bills take down the Steelers 31-17, and I mean, Jake Zaretsky tweeted it. He basically said that the formula for the Bills is if Josh Allen doesn't turn over the football, they win. Like that's really that's the story here. And the Bills defense was able to force a lot of turnovers. Those two fumbles in the first, forcing those two turnovers in the first half. That fumble in the beginning by Pickens, and then the interception in the red zone around like the beginning of the second quarter. Didn't really watch much of the game because I was moving back up to school, but I was able to listen to the first half on the radio. But
it's what we expected. Let's be honest. The Steelers, and if you're a Steelers fan, be happy to be here because Mason Rudolph was your quarterback. Like, come on, what did you think was going to happen? Let's be honest here, really. Like,
I feel like if
you fire Matt Canada a chance to start the year, dude. This team was a mess 3 months ago. Yeah. Go 2 months ago. They were in shambles, and the fact that they even made it here is a test to Mike Tomlin and the Steelers team that they just have a ton of perseverance and how good this defense is. But there was no way in hell they were beating the Bills. Am I the only one thinking that? There was no way they were beating this team. The Bills are on fire right now.
Yeah,
on fire. I, honest to God, could see them beating the pulp out of Kansas City. Do I want that to happen? No. But I could see it happening.
I mean, the Bills are in your division, so it's different. But I'm just tired of the Chiefs. But there's I don't know. There's a real possibility that the Bills could be running things in the AFC come next month. But
Ravens.
Yeah. Well, you're the Lamar. You've been the Lamar guy this year, so there's that.
I'll meat ride till the day I die. Lamar Jackson, baby.
Is this it for Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh?
I think it's time for a new chapter. You've done what you had to do there. They won a Super Bowl.
I feel like he's done He's won He's won 2 Super Bowls, I think. Or no, Bill Cowher was there in 2006.
I think before, yeah.
But the Cardinals won. But I think that like he leads you over, like never finished under 500 in his career, but the guy hasn't won a playoff game in 7 years. You can't just be going like, oh, well, we finished 9-8 in a very competitive AFC, and then, all right, I guess you're going to stay.
I get that. 7. I understand that, but you also got to think of the product he's put on the field, what he's had to deal with. You go back, that whole AB situation, all those Big Ben situations, Le'Veon Bell sitting out a year. You had guys like Chase Claypool come through there, Juju Smith when they were 10-0, and then they had all the controversy, dancing on the field, all that. He's kind of had to rally a locker room together of a team that kind of feels a mess. And again, go to this year. Look who's at quarterback. Kenny Pickett's not working out. You got Mason Rudolph back there. They had Mitch Trubisky. They're throwing 3 different quarterbacks at you. I don't know. I would be proud for Pittsburgh for what I did this year. Now, is that saying a ton?
I completely agree. But at the end of the day, it's about winning. Like they all have one goal is to win a Super Bowl, and I don't think that lately he hasn't. Like you haven't won a playoff game in 7 years. Do I think that he's a great coach? Absolutely, but I think that
is he an Eagle?
No. No, we'll bring up my hatred. I love being a hater. That's what I got.
So Tomlin's an Eagle, and they go like 16-0, 17-0. Like, would you be mad? Would you be mad if Mike Tomlin signed a head coaching job with the Eagles? Be honest.
Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed. Yeah, him or Belichick, right. I'd be pretty upset.
Well, Belichick's a Cowboy, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that too. It's almost like the Miami Heat with the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know,
that's a perfect analogy.
Thank you.
They just get there and see what can happen.
They just get there, and if they can make, I mean, what's opposite from that is the Heat make noise in the postseason, and the Steelers don't, considering that they haven't won a playoff game in 7 years. But they give you hell. They're a good team, and I know T.J. Watt was out. I don't know if that really would have made a difference. Maybe.
Something. That's a come on. You're looking at like defensive player of the year out of the game. That's a big guy. I don't think they would have won, but I think it would have been maybe a little closer.
It would have been closer than what it was.
Although he could have been made Josh Allen a little uncomfortable throwing the football away. So well, you know what? We'll see. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the Bills are going to do because, like you keep saying, if Josh Allen takes care of the football, they win. And I know there's some teams that are going to give him some trouble. So we'll see what happens.
All right, let's go to my two favorite games. These were awesome. The Packers take down the Cowboys 48-32, scoring 20 points in the second quarter.
Listen, I said Dak has to take care of the football. That's all I said. Dak has to take care of the football. They win this game. He threw a pick in the first quarter. So I don't know how
throw an interception.
Yeah, he threw a pick in the first quarter. I was like, the way they win this game is if he doesn't throw a pick. He doesn't throw a pick, they win this football game. He threw 2 interceptions and they lost. So look what happens. I mean, I was wrong, but I said it. So
this is just awesome. The pan over to Jerry Jones, him just looking like him turning around, looking away. It was awesome. Jordan Love has grown up before our eyes here. I think that the fact that they have these guys for like the next 4 or 5 years, I'm just going to say this. If you're a Lions fan, enjoy this run now because I don't think it's going to last long later. Because
who possessed Aaron Jones? Like, you got both of them. Aaron Jones
has been a freak these past couple of games. If you like over 100 yards rushing in like the last 4 games,
I know, but
regular
21 carries, 120 yards, 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns, Stan. 3. Look at that, 3 touchdowns. Come on.
Go Pack. Go Pack, go, baby. Go Pack, go.
That's my NFC team now. I want a Packers-Ravens Super Bowl. I think that'd be electric.
Packers-Texans. Packers-Texans. Anyone with the Texans in there, and it'd be gold. If they really want a script, the Texans-Niners Super Bowl would be poetic. DeMeco Ryans against his former team. Texans win. Can you imagine? Can you imagine crazy. That? Like, the Texans are Texas's team now because this is awesome. Like I've had like a giant smile on my face these past 2 days just because of how much I hate both teams. And what does this mean for Mike McCarthy? I think that the Cowboys should hire Joe Judge, and then and then the Eagles should hire Jason Garrett. And then the Commanders should hire Ben McAdoo.
Cliff Kingsbury.
That's how, or that'd be even better. That'd be even better.
Kingsbury to the Cowboys confirmed.
Oh my God, that'd be awesome. Just like the thought of it just makes me so happy. Yeah.
But realistically,
is this it for?
Yeah,
I think Dak's in the last year of his contract, right?
That's what I was going to ask you. Is this it? Are we looking at the end of Dak Prescott in Dallas now?
It might be. I don't.
But where does he go?
He has a potential out. I don't know.
Miami? No.
He can well, this isn't the last year of his contract. He can opt out, but he becomes an unrestricted free agent in 2025. So he can opt out. He has an opt out. So we'll see what happens there. But I think he stays.
Yeah, I think Jerry Jones likes him too.
Yeah. Also, it depends on who they hire.
True,
if you think
but they
about
stuck
it.
with Romo was so mediocre for so long, and they just stuck it out with him. I'm sure they'll do the same thing with Dak.
Yeah, I think they do the same thing with Dak. Even funnier. This is just even funnier. The Bucs take down the Eagles 32-9. I was watching some of the all 22.
I told you. Before you say anything. I told you, Stan. Tampa Bay money line. I wasn't kidding around. I told you they were going to win outright. I said, don't even look at the spread, and they won 32-9. So I know ball.
I was watching some of the all 22, and I'm telling you right now, Baker, with all these drops and Baker Mayfield missed a couple guys. The Bucs should have put up 50. Like, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
The Bucs should have put up 50. Because
I'm really interested to see what Philly's going to look like next year, because this isn't going to be the same team it was this year. There's going to be some changes, and I think
Jason Kelce just retired.
Yeah, Sirianni's going to be gone, and I think a huge question mark going into next year is what is Jalen Hurts? What are you getting from a guy like Jalen Hurts? Because he underperformed in this playoff game. He wasn't great the last few weeks of the year. I mean, you even go back to that Jets game, he wasn't great.
Yeah, and he wasn't great.
Do you just want a motivational speaker as a quarterback? Is that what you're getting? Because him and Dak, again, they're not showing up in crunch time. I don't know what it is.
Those memes are fucking hilarious. There was one that I saw this morning.
Dallas Goedert was not having it on the bench. Did you see that?
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We do not lose. We only learn. Jalen, please step up. We're getting our ass kicked.
Do you think A.J. Brown was really missed him that much?
Yeah, they missed A.J. Brown, but I still think the Bucs win the game if A.J. Brown played.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think
he probably would not have been healthy. But the funny thing with Goddard was, my thing with Dallas Goedert was how he yelled at him, and then that next drive he threw him a hospital pass and might have fucked up his knee. Jalen Hurts is a criminal.
There's some questions that got to be asked.
Chiefs finished the year, I believe it was 2 and this was since the Nick Sirianni screaming at the Chiefs fans. They went 2-1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2-6 since Nick Sirianni yelled at the.
They started the year
like
8-1.
I believe they started the year, if I'm not mistaken, 1, 2, 3, 4. They started 5-0, and then 5-1, 6-1, 7-1, 8-1, 9-1. They started the year 10-1, and they finished.
Jesus, Jesus Christ!
Justice, Tim. It's justice.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't stem just from this playoff game. There's so many, Jalen Hurts wasn't good to finish the year. So what? I just think quarterback question wise, I don't think you jump ship on him. Obviously, Sirianni's gone, but
Sirianni's
what is there?
Because Jeff Lurie and Howie Roseman are they're very what have you done for me lately, people. We've seen that they're very quick to pull the trigger. We saw it with Chip Kelly. We saw it with Andy Reid, and then Doug Peterson as well. So I don't know. I know he's brought the team to the playoffs for 3 consecutive years, but wild card appearance loss. I know you were the 7 seed. You eventually lost, or no, they didn't win the
Super Bowl. Loss.
Yeah, the Bucs didn't win the Super Bowl, the first wild card. Then they go to the Super Bowl, lose, and then wild card now. But the way they ended the year, they just went out sad. They went out so terribly.
They weren't even fighting. They lost 32-9 in the winner go home game.
It seemed from the start there was just this disconnect, and I don't know what it was. And I'm just very I am a person that I always joke that my favorite day of the year in the NFL is Black Monday, where all it's very sad that my favorite day of the year is when grown men lose their jobs and lose their income to provide for their family. But for whatever reason, I love it. I will love this firing even more for Nick Sirianni. I hope their tears are my happiness. That is how I feel. That is how I feel right now. I have never felt such a hatred for a coach than Nick Sirianni. Him standing up on a bench after they went to overtime with the Colts, who were terrible at the time, and hyping up a crowd full of nobodies. Get over yourself. Crying. He's a very He's a look at me person. And I just don't like that. I think he's even when he first started, him walking in with a Julius Erving jersey, who are you?
Yeah.
You're a rookie coach. Get over yourself. And plus, nothing. After seeing how the Eagles performed this year, this raises my respect level for Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon, especially Jonathan Gannon, because that defense was insane last year. He leaves and they don't know how to tackle. And I think that they pressed the panic button. They lost those 2 straight losses. The loss to San Francisco at home and the loss to Dallas. And for whatever reason, they just pressed the panic button and had made Matt Patricia the defensive play caller. And that's what made them shit the bed.
Yeah. But the thing is now we're going into an offseason with a lot of new head coaches. I don't know why, but I have a weird feeling this is a team that would benefit a ton from having Mike Tomlin. A ton. And I know you hate to hear that, but that's a guy who could rally a team together and kind of bring, more chemistry, more fluidity to a lineup. Definitely help the defense a little bit because Mike Tomlin's defenses have been phenomenal. I don't know. I can see him going to the Eagles and kind of ruining that division for you, but time will tell. It's just a day of rejoice for you, Stan. Day of rejoice.
Yeah, no, this is awesome. This is awesome. Also, Bill Belichick interviewed by the Falcons. That was a very weird graphic to see. Just seeing Bill Belichick and the Falcons logo.
It's a Falcon, yeah.
Interviewed. Why would he be interviewed? It's Bill. I know you have to be formal, but why would you interview Bill Belichick? I mean, if you want Bill Belichick on your team, you hire him, not interview him.
If he's like, I'll take the job, they're like, cool. Give him what he wants. Give him anything he wants. Everything. Give him the team. Just give him the team.
I really don't understand how that. I guess that's just a formality.
Well, I mean, you have to. You can't. I think about this just from a real world perspective. You can't just hire someone without interviewing them.
It's just funny, the Atlanta Falcons asking him, "Oh, can you tell us about a time you faced significant odds and how you overcame them?" Yeah, when
we were down 28-3 to you.
When I came back down 28-3 against you guys,
beat you in the Super Bowl. That was pretty cool.
That was awesome.
Well,
can you imagine?
Now we're looking up divisional rounds all set, Stan. We got Texans Ravens Saturday at 4:30. Packers Niners, which I think is going to be a great game. Saturday at 8:15. I think Jordan Love could give him some trouble, but we'll see. Bucks Lions Sunday at 3. These are all good games, and then we finish it out, which is going to be a shootout like it is every time, but it's 6:30 on Sunday. Chiefs Bills, take the over. It's going to hit. I know it.
You think the over's going to hit? It depends on the weather.
Don't care anymore. I don't care. These guys are just going to
keep
putting up points. No, they're just going to keep putting up points. They hate each other so much that they're not. I think they run the ball a combined 25 times. I think they're just going to air it out the whole game.
To our standings for the playoff for our playoff picks, both had the Texans 1-0. I had the under. You had the Chiefs -5. Both hit. I had the Cowboys first half. That did not hit. So 2-1. I had the Rams covering. Dak did not hit. You had Amon-Ra St. Brown getting a touchdown. He had a good game. He just didn't get across that end zone. So 3-1, sorry, and then you were 3-2. You had Allen over 1.5 passing touchdowns. You got that. I had the Steelers +10. Did not get that. And we both had the Bucks. So I would be 1
up 1 because you got from the Lions game.
4-2, and you are 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'm also 4-2. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I'm also 4-2. We know ball. We know ball. And if you really want to ask us questions, we know ball. We know ball. So
yeah, if you want to argue with me, be sure to be like that guy on TikTok. Yeah. And
if you want to argue with us, just if you want to argue with us
for essay in the comments.
Yes, I'm just letting you know now. If you want to argue with us, you're wrong. You're just wrong, and that's the extent of it. So it's the extent of it. Wrong. Call in. I don't care. You're wrong.
Can you imagine being callers?
First time caller, long time listener. We'd have callers, and then I'd have Pete call in, and we'd be recording at night, and he'd know we'd be recording at night, and he'd be fucked up and just be like, "You are the fucking Jets, baby, the fucking Jets."
Yeah, not exactly. That's enough football. Our picks for Saturday and Sunday's games will be on Thursday. Then, let me think. Hockey. We have not talked hockey in a while. It's been a while since we went to the ice. Yeah. But before we get to the NHL, USA Hockey, baby. World champs.
We didn't bring it up. Crazy. World Juniors champions. Honestly, it's not that it was an underwhelming tournament, but they were so good compared to other teams that it was just...
Well, yeah.
It almost...
because Canada didn't have...
True. And Russia wasn't allowed to play. Guys. But okay, all right. I'm sick of this argument. Think of the USA guys that could have played. Luke Hughes, Logan Cooley. There was dudes we had that didn't play.
The fact that people were like, how come they didn't let Bedard play? Like, he's playing in the National Hockey League.
He's on the first line of Chicago. Why would they ship him off for 2.5 weeks so he doesn't play for them? What? Like, doesn't make any sense to me. And he also just broke his jaw. And same thing with Fantilli. Fantilli is on the first line for the Blue Jackets. People just don't seem to understand that the NHL teams do not give a fuck what happens in the World Juniors. Yeah. They only care about what their prospects do. And if there's a guy that is getting significant minutes in your NHL club, on a power play, on a penalty kill, on your first line, you send him over there and he gets hurt? Like, what? What kind of look is that? Wait, come on. Think with your heads, people, because it was pissing me off on Twitter. Think with your heads.
Horrible look.
Sorry we got better college players than you, Canada. Sorry we got better college players than you. Get a grip. Get a better juniors program. I don't care. We're better than you. So get over it. You didn't even get out of the first round. Get over it.
Shout out to our guy, Drew Fortescue.
Hit an assist in the gold medal game.
Yes, had a very nice goal. He looked really good.
Yeah, he had a good tournament.
He looked really
good tournament.
It wasn't like, and trust me, like I know I have Schiffer brains when it comes to hockey, but I think that he was drawing off when he was. I forget what I was going to say because it's been so long since we talked hockey. But when he was on defense, it seemed like he was pushing guys, like being physical, pushing guys away, like right. Yeah, at the point.
He was.
Like, I was
exactly.
Thank you.
He was protecting the front of the net. His gap control was great.
Take over.
He was. I'll let you know. His gap control was great. He was protecting the front of the net. They had him on PK too, which I thought he did really well on. This is no
stud.
A lot of these guys. Jimmy Snuggerud. Oh my god, I was getting texts from my buddies like, I need another Snugger bomb on this power play. He's just ripping those one-twos.
What a name. What a name.
What a hit.
Rucker. What a hit.
Shout out to Danny Nelson, Quinn Finley, USA guy, Isles prospects. Dude, it was just a good tournament. It's fun. It's honestly so much fun to watch. It's so much fun to watch.
Speaking of some of these guys, one of these guys have become very prevalent in these past couple of days in the world of hockey. A man by the name of Cutter Gauthier traded to the Anaheim Ducks from the Philadelphia Flyers, so simply because does not see himself as a Philadelphia Flyer.
Hates the Flyers. And you know what? I'm all for this. I think this is hilarious. I hate Philly.
I think
so
it's great
cool
for the kid.
It's cool for me too. I don't like Philly.
I don't like Philly either. I mean, that's kind of obvious. But
let's just go down a checkmark list of what Philly's done in this past few months since they drafted him. All right, let's just go down the list. Ready?
Yes.
Hire Danny Briere, interim GM. I think it was a month or a few weeks later. His son yeah, you take it over, Stan. His son. Tell them what happened.
Danny Briere's scumbag son pushed a woman's wheelchair down the stairs at a club.
It broke.
Just for no reason.
It broke. She couldn't. She couldn't get out. She needed the wheelchair to move. The wheelchair broke. Couldn't get out. So scumbag off rip.
That was caught on camera.
Let's go.
See.
How about this Tortorella drama before the season starts?
Yes.
Checking players' phones, doing all this. You think a 22-year-old or Babcock? Sorry. There was more Tortorella drama of him. It wasn't checking phones. There was what did he do in the locker room? It was something terrible.
Kevin Hayes rumor.
Well, the Kevin Hayes rumor came out after. That was just shot down. But no, I can't remember what he did. But there was something he did preseason that didn't look good. Again, why would Cutter Gauthier want to play there? Also, think of his history, Tortorella. Think of his history. Trying to charge the Canucks locker room after a fight on the bench. You remember that? When he was standing outside the locker room trying to fight the coach? Why the hell you want to play for a guy like that? I don't know. I'm cool with Cutter. He had 12 points at the World Juniors, so I'm real cool with that. And I'm happy he's out of Philly.
It's just going to be very funny when, who would have thought that, the Anaheim Ducks and the Philadelphia Flyers in a couple of years is going to be must-see television?
Yeah, I know. They're going to hate each other.
It might be worse than J.D. Drew. Do you remember the J.D. Drew situation in the 90s?
What happened with that?
He got drafted by the Phillies and was like, I am not playing for you guys, and just never signed with them, and then signed with the St. Louis Cardinals. And we came back. He comes back, steps up to the plate. Fans are throwing D batteries at him from the stands. D batteries.
Those are the thick ones.
Yeah, look up JD Drew batteries, and you'll read a whole story on it. Fans were like throwing batteries at him because he didn't sign with the Phillies. Like, whole big thing.
There was I mean, you can look at Lindros, but he told him before the draft. But I hate to bring it. Adam Fox. Fuck him. He did the same thing. No one wants to talk about that. He didn't want to play for
Calgary.
Yeah, he was like, "Fuck it, I want to play for the Rangers." And they're like,
"I want to play for my home. I want to play for my hometown team." Yeah, duh. Instead of going one of the worst parts of Canada.
So what the hell's the difference? Who wants to live in Philly, dude? That's what I'm saying. When people are getting so mad at this Cutter Gauthier thing, what the hell's the difference, dude?
They just
get over it. Get over yourselves, Philly.
People.
Get over yourselves, Philly. Get over yourselves.
But the Kevin Hayes rumor was, oh my god, this poor guy
shot down immediately. He didn't do anything. He didn't even say anything to anyone. He didn't say anything.
Fucking break, this guy. He fucking. For those who don't know, there was Kevin Hayes, who is now in the St. Louis Blues, former Ranger, played for the Flyers with John Tortorella this past season. I believe he was traded to the Blues, or did he sign with the Blues? Was he a free agent?
I think he may have been traded. It was traded or signed. It's one of the two. It wasn't like a crazy deal, if anything.
Anyway, he ends up on the St. Louis Blues. Basically, a story came. He went on Spit and Chicklets, was talking about his disconnect with John Tortorella. They never saw eye to eye. And then this whole rumor starts swirling about how Kevin Hayes, who went to Boston College, played at Boston College, convinced Cutter Gauthier, who also plays at Boston College, not to play in Philadelphia because of John Tortorella. That rumor was shut down immediately by John Tortorella. And I know John Tortorella gets a lot of shit, but I gotta give it up for him because he shot down that rumor immediately because he was like, we may have not have seen eye to eye, but he's a great fucking guy. Like, he is one of the most well-respected humans. And the fact that Philly fans were, like, sending him death threats, talking about his dead brother, what the fuck?
It's just classless. And I think, especially for a dude who's just not even, you're not even in the organization right now. You're talking about a dude who's in St. Louis, had nothing to do with this. His name just got thrown around because he had some disconnect with Tortorella. Again, makes no sense. Just because he's a USA guy, it doesn't make any sense. So there's no reason to bring him in, especially bringing up Jimmy Hayes too. There's just no business doing that. So again, another classless move by Flyers fans. I'm sick of you guys. I'm sick of everything. The only good thing you guys have for you right now is Owen fucking Tippett, and that dude is pissing me off. So I want to play. I want to play them because they're like second in the Metro for some odd reason. It's pissing me off. But God, I hate Philly. I hate Philly so much.
Yeah, I just don't like Philly.
Well, we'll take a little trip around the league, just a little recap because we're about the halfway point.
Talk some. That was a rough loss for the Islanders. I'll tell you what.
Jeez. Yeah, we got some things to do. Maybe Lambert might be out the door soon, but little trip around the league.
Clutterbuck with an all-time quote.
Yeah, we fucking sucked. Is that what it was?
Yeah, yeah. He's like, we fucking suck.
Yeah, that was a tough game. Rangers are.
And then
Rangers
and they're scaring me a bit. That game on Saturday was a disaster. No way around it. And then they bounced back. They bounced back with a win on Sunday. They play tonight against the Kraken. It seems that and Capo Caco came back on Sunday as well. It seems that when they're, I don't know, because I saw a stat on Twitter, the Rangers have a much better record with Capo Caco than without him. And I know that Caco isn't really like the impact player that he was hyped up to be, but it seems like with him on the ice, I know it's one game, but just from watching that game, there's still a little bit of flaws, but it seems like he's making a difference in the locker room. It seems like they're more comfortable with Caco in the lineup. And also, it helps that fucking first line, too, because they had a bunch of nobodies on that first line with Kreider and Zibanejad. They've had 14 guys fill in that one spot since they traded Buchnevich.
Yeah. You got to think about it. Well, I mean, if you guys have Buchnevich, Jesus. But you got to think about it this way. It's the same thing in the Isles situation. Casey Zizekas is out. He's week to week right now. You know, without Casey Zizekas, this team, it's not that they don't have an identity, but he's the center of the identity line. He plays on the fourth line. He plays top minutes on a PK. You know, he does all little things for us. He's been out. He's out for week to week. You got Ryan Pulock out long-term for the Isles. You got Semyon Varlamov out. Seems right now a little long-term for the Isles. Isles are banged up. I don't know what the next step is. I'm sure they'll make some lineup adjustments. Oliver Wahlstrom's been pretty horrendous. But really need that all-star break. I just need them to close out January nice. First week of February, they get a week off and hopefully can recoup. I think both Isles and Rangers are kind of praying for that. I think that first week's going to be, I don't know. I like that. I think that first week in February is a good week to just take a step back and really assess where you're at. And I think we could benefit from that. Isles are 1 point out of a playoff spot with a game in hand on the two teams. The wild card, they play Winnipeg tonight. Rangers are sole possession of first in the Metro. 1 point, I think 1 or 2 points in front of Philly. They got a game tonight. So you know what? It's exciting. NHL's exciting.
Yeah. Tim, I'm gonna be honest.
I'm just happy to. I'm happy that we're in full swing. I want the Isles to win more games, but I'm happy that we're in full swing.
Wait, is my mic on?
I don't know if I lost Stan here. He lost me. But all right. Anyway, Vancouver, top of the league. Shocked that I did not expect to happen. Stan called it out. He said before the year he thinks they're going to make the playoffs, and they have 62 points in 44 games. Third highest point percentage in the league. They've been phenomenal. Boston, another shock. I thought, losing Patrice Bergeron and all those other guys, and having Pavel Zacha in the first line, I didn't think that was going to work out well. I didn't think he's a first line center. I thought they'd have some troubles, but seems to be working out a decent amount. 61 points, 43 games, 8 losses, 9 overtime losses. I mean, the top of the league is kind of what we expected. It's almost so similar to last year, other than Vancouver. The back end's the same. The NHL doesn't really have a full flip, but you do get some teams that kind of step in, and it's been an interesting year so far. The West has been kind of a mess. Wild have been bad. Edmonton started picking up. LA's getting bad. It's all over the place, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I think this is an exciting time for NHL fans. I think, like I keep saying, once we get to that first week of February, you don't know, but you have a good idea of who's in, who's out, and I really want to be one of those teams who's in because we're sitting on that wild card spot. A win tonight would be great, so we'll see what happens.
To the NBA. Some trouble in Lakerland. This is
dude. What the hell? I just want to. One of my buddies is a big Lakers fan, like diehard. I mean, he's just like me. He's a huge LeBron fan, like just diehard LeBron guy. And this is an exact quote from him from today, Stan. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Darwin Ham is ruining the sport I love. I'm crying.
I'm crying.
So that's a little bit of a blow. I mean, they did beat OKC last night on Monday, but the fact that they have 2 wins since December 10th, really?
Oh, it's that bad?
It really has been that bad.
I didn't realize.
Like, they have been struggling.
I haven't even... Oh, God.
They're not even 500. They're 20-21. Are they out of a play-in game?
I believe they are. If I'm not... they're in that 10th spot.
Dude, this is the most interesting team to follow every year. If you're not a basketball fan and you just want to get into it, just follow the Lakers. Because for everyone who is a basketball fan, they're all looking at this. They're all watching what the Lakers are going to do. Because again, if they get in, they're going to do damage. But they're like one of the worst regular season teams I've ever seen. I don't know what it is. I really don't. But they stink. They just stink.
They'll survive, though. They'll survive because look at how tight the Western Conference is. They go on a 3-game win streak, and one or two teams in between them. Do we really expect the Jazz? Do we really expect the Utah Jazz to keep this up? Maybe the Suns could be risers if they can stay healthy. Pelicans look really good. I really like the way I really like the way that they've been playing lately. And again, it comes down to health. Brandon Ingram, Zion.
Yeah. But flip the script. Say they go on a 3-game losing streak. Now they're in 12th. And
exactly.
and Golden State gets hot.
Exactly.
Golden State, Jesus Christ! You want to talk about them?
Know. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Didn't work out. It didn't work out.
It didn't work out. Draymond Green back from suspension, but not enough. They get worked by Gigi Jackson, the youngest player in the NBA out of South Carolina. 23 points, 6 rebounds. And I think, oh my God, Memphis with an injury report the size of a Microsoft Word document.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. They just wrote the season off.
Yeah, it's over. I think it's over if you're the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's hard. You know what, Stan? And I'm just going to say it. This is the end of a dynasty. And for Warriors fans, it's hard to accept that. But you got to move on from Clay. You got to move on from Draymond. You got to keep Curry. But...
Exactly. I think that they moved them at the deadline. I think Clay, Wiggins, and
Wiggins, Jesus, got to go. Wiggins has been horrendous.
All got to go. They all got to go. Build through those young guys. That kid from Santa Clara, I forget. Oh, Braden Podziemski. They really like the way that he's been playing. A lot of guys, too. Kuminga, maybe you want to build around him, even though he's expressed some
that's my question.
Steve Kerr.
Is Steve Kerr's time sort of coming to an end? Because his rotations have been kind of questionable.
Not good.
And a lot of these young guys aren't happy. So I think maybe it's time you assess the situation and say, hey, we kind of need to bring a fresh face in here. I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, they got a lot of young guys. Podziemski, they got Trace Jackson-Davis. Again, I remember bringing this up over the summer when he got drafted. He was I wouldn't say he was the best defender, but he was like a substantial defender in college.
Yeah.
Him learning under Draymond Green is the best thing to happen to him.
Yeah. It's now
don't be a nutcase.
Yeah, so I was just going to say, it's can you just stay on the court?
Yeah, can you just stay on the court and not, assault people? But
yeah.
On the Knicks side of things, Jalen Brunson's been out for the past for 2 games. That loss to Dallas was really bad. I know, without Luka, without Lively, I know Kyrie cooked you, but still, that they almost came back in the end, but that slow first quarter start really killed them. The Grizzlies, with that long injury report, again, I know Brunson was out, but I know they won by, 12, but it really was tight for most of it. There still wasn't something there. And then that Magic game yesterday, there was a lot. I know it seems like Brunson is what runs this team.
He is what runs this team. He is a superstar. Yeah. I mean, are you people not willing to admit that by now? He is a superstar, okay? He's like a Donovan Mitchell type player.
I know. I'm aware of that. But if they keep this up, like if Brunson's out long term, unless they make like a move and get someone off the bench, maybe a Malcolm Brogdon, someone like that. I don't see like a 5 or 6. I might see play-in, if I'm being honest.
I can see you as a 6. I mean, look at Cleveland. Think about what Cleveland's doing right now. They've had not too hard of a schedule in the past few, couple, I'm going to say weeks, but, to start the new year. They're down Garland, they're down Mobley, and they're finding ways to win. And I think that's something the Knicks can do. I think you add OG, you rely more heavy on Julius Randle. Think about that first year when he was balling out. If he could start to get going.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the Knicks roster. I like them defensively. I think they're a good team. I think a Knicks-Cavs playoff series is literally what we're going to see again. I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
They're definitely going to benefit for these next 6 games because technically they're all at home. Rockets, Wizards, Raptors, and then they're at Brooklyn, technically home. Then they got the Nuggets and the Heat. Then they go at Charlotte. Then they're back home again for 6 straight. So this should be a good run for them coming up. Yeah, but if they need Brunson back. They need Brunson back in the worst way.
Yeah, Cavs got a tough stretch coming up. So they play Milwaukee, and then they got the Hawks and Magic. Magic a good team. And then they play Milwaukee 2 times in a row, and then the Clippers, and then they finish with the Pistons. But they got a tough stretch coming up. I want to see what the Cavs can do. Hopefully, Jared Allen can man up. They can have a few big games. Maybe beat the Bucks. Maybe beat 2 out of 3. The Bucks, that'd be huge. Kind of move up the standings because if you look at the Eastern Conference right now, Stan, this is all one game. Everybody's separated by a game.
Yes.
So it's anybody's conference.
Like one day you're a 7 seed, you win. A couple teams lose. Next.
You're 4, like Cleveland.
You're getting a home playoff game. Like,
yeah. It's crazy.
You're getting home court advantage.
There's 2 teams. I mean, I guess, but Milwaukee and Boston. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Boston hasn't lost at home.
I'm aware of that, but I want to bring up that was a throttle.
Yeah.
But that the Bucks gave.
Yeah.
Boston the other.
Giannis. What if Giannis?
I mean, the same thing happened last year, but I think Giannis went off. I know Dame had a buzzer beater the other day or yesterday.
I think Giannis's brother went off.
No, Thanasis had like 4 fouls and like he had
crazy.
He fouled out
6 points
with 4 fouls in 8 minutes. Thanasis.
Bobby Porter at 28.
Player.
Bobby Porter at 28. Yeah. God damn.
But I am the number 1 Thanasis Antetokounmpo hater. If he has no haters, I'm dead.
Why, he's a Knicks legend.
I don't care. He's such a
Knicks legend.
He's not a basketball player.
No.
He is not.
You know what? You get a guy, it makes your star player happy. Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah, he's literally there to keep his brother happy. Like that's really all.
Let's be honest, Dan. You got 13 guys on the bench in the NBA. The bottom 3 aren't touching the floor. Like, come on.
Well, yeah, but like at least like they're basketball players. Like this guy is not.
I guess.
He's literally just there. Honestly, like he's there for vibes. He's the vibe guy.
He's a shower guy.
Exactly. Yes. Anything else other than
Tottenham drew?
What we just talked about?
5th in the table.
Who'd they play? Oh, they're 5th.
Man U.
They fell off. All right.
Yeah, they went a little bit well because everyone's kind of away now. They got Sonny went to the Korean Cup. I think Popeye Sarr is out.
Oh yeah.
Like all these guys are on loan, but their transfers came in. Right. They played okay.
Timo.
So, yeah, I mean, he didn't do anything crazy, but he played good. He's fast.
I saw that one crazy ass shot that he put up.
Yeah, that missed the net by like 50 feet.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what I saw.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game. They played all right. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Go Spurs,
right.
go.
What I saw. Go Spurs, go. 7 wins. Go Spurs. Oh wait.
Hot Spurs. Come on.
Thank you. I was like, they have 7 wins. Why are we?
We have more than 7, Stan. We're 5th on the table.
I'm thinking of the San Antonio
Spurs. I know.
All right, moving on to what I saw. Let's just talk about it because this is that Blazing challenge was oh my god.
Dude, I got Stan a Frosty and he didn't even eat it. He just put it to his lips so his lips would stop burning.
Yeah, dude. No, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I paid for the Frosty.
Well, I'm saying we got Stan a Frosty. Like, we got you. We went to go get you Frosty after, and he didn't even eat it. He just...
I ate it when I got home.
All right, well, when you were in the car ride for 10 minutes and I was sitting at a light, you were like, holy fuck.
Yeah, it was bad. It was definitely it should not have been that hard to get 6 wings.
They're spicy as hell. I ate it with French fry. The thing is, it's not that it's
like a sauce on the side.
Yeah.
Oh wait, shout out Brad.
Yeah, Brad was a G. But it's not that the sauce is like burns your mouth immediately. It's the fact that it just doesn't go away. Like it just refuses to leave. Like you're just stuck with it. Like that's it. It's over.
Yeah. I couldn't feel my mouth for about 6 hours.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It can't be fun. When I ate it. No, my biggest mistake. Here was my big mistake. I mean, you guys saw the video, but you didn't see like the brunt of it and blunt of it. Sorry, that's not a word.
Brunson.
Brunson. Yeah. The second wing that I ate, I tried to like do the thing where you put the thing in your mouth.
You got it all over his face.
Yeah. There's a picture that I will eventually post, but oof, I would never do that again. Never doing that again, ever.
Well, at least it's over with. It's over and done with.
It's over with, yeah. But that Frosty was the best ice pack I think I've ever had.
Stan, you want to take a guess at what I saw?
Played a great round of golf.
I actually was murdering golf balls at the range. I was working on my iron game, and got a video. Pretty pure, Stan. Pretty pure.
Oh, you got a video? Uh-oh.
I don't know if you caught that. I'll go back.
Fuck.
Look at that. Yeah, pretty pure.
You fucking killed that one, like right down the middle.
Pure Boom. 8 iron. Yeah. Boom. Boom. I've been working on the game. I've been working on my craft. So that's what I saw.
Trying to think of.
I got a great fun fact of the day.
Yeah, I got a great. All right, yeah, we'll do fun fact of the day. I'll do my bet of the day.
Erik Spoelstra, fun fact, divorced his wife before he signed the contract with the Miami Heat. Shout out Heat culture. They didn't give him the deal until he finalized his divorce, so he could get the full $120 million. Shout out Erik Spoelstra. Shout out the Heat. Fun fact of the day. Go Heat.
Speaking of wives, Vander Kane's wife.
Holy Jesus!
That's the most wild story I think I've ever heard. I've heard a lot of wife sagas with athletes. This one might take the cake.
Well, I mean, he's a scumbag off rip, but both of them are just acting so immature. Like, Come on, there's a restraining order. Like, what are you doing at the game? Like, just honor the court order.
Did it really need to take 15 security guards though?
Like, that's the Evander Kane part. Why does he need 15 security guards? Like, Evander, what are you doing? Just politely be like, you need to leave. Or just, who cares? She's at a hockey. Who cares? You're playing. You're not going to see her.
It's not like she's going to see you after the game unless she was trying to, but I find that hard to believe.
It's just crazy.
Oh my God. Yeah, wild. Bet of the day. Australian Opens today. I found a great write-up on Reddit. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Let me find it on FanDuel because I need the guy's first name. The Australian Open kicked off the other day, and let me find this one. And here it is, 1 a.m. tonight. Take the over 3.5 sets of the Christopher Eubanks Andre Rublev match. I will tell you why. This Reddit write-up says that Rublev is always a player with strong qualities to go pretty far in Grand Slams and has one of the most powerful and aggressive playstyles out there, but his worst enemy has always been his mentality and emotional problems. He's a bit of a hothead, this Rublev guy. Hothead. If, let's say, he loses a set, he's going to start fucking losing it. So I think that Eubanks, young guy, I believe he's American. I think he is.
I think he's
going to win a set or two, and then Rublev will get back on track. I think it goes over 3.5 sets easily. I will not be staying up for this. If I'm wrong, then please sue me.
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, like I'm not living, breathing, and dying on every serve, but saw it on Reddit. Thought it'd be a good write-up. There it is. Give me a yeah. That's me at 3 a.m. It's the baby.
Come on.
Enjoy the last enjoy these Pac-12 after darks.
It's just like tennis.
It's just like tennis. Also, Washington got their head coach. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't. Who is it?
It is not Cliff Kingsbury. It's actually like really good hire. They got Arizona's head coach, but they're no longer conference rivals as of this day because Arizona's going to the Big 12 and Washington's going to the Big 10.
Washington's going to suck in the Big 10 next year. Yo, way too early power rankings at Oregon at 4, so lick my nuts. That's a team to watch out for.
Oh, boy. I'm wearing my Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl Penn State sweater. It says just peachy on it, which is very weird. That's a very odd saying, but it's a very comfortable sweater. Yeah, go Penn State, I guess.
You get that from Sandusky?
No, my sister, asshole. What the fuck? What the fuck?
And that'll wrap it up. Be sure to.
Drew Aller is the only quarterback that I've ever seen throw the play call was a flea flicker. Kid hands it off to the running back. Running back pitches it back to him. He rolls out of the pocket, just throws it away, and gets intentional grounding. He got an intentional grounding call on a flea flicker. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
I don't know how you do that. You're already out of the pocket. Like what?
Just give it up.
I don't know. Whatever.
Just chuck it deep. I don't know.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, like what the fuck? All right. That's going to wrap it up. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Be sure to like this video on YouTube. Leave a comment on this video. Subscribe to our YouTube. B-Dub's video coming soon, although there isn't really much footage of it because it took forever to get the wings. I'm not going to lie. It was very hard to fill in the... It's okay, though. We got the job done. Be sure to follow us and rate us on Spotify.
5 stars.
5 stars only. And we will see you guys Thursday for our divisional round picks. Peace out.
Peace out.